Hello, my sweet chicken nuggets. Happy New Year. It's Miss Ward. Okay, so you've just finished watching Mouse Paint, and I hope you have figured out, if you didn't know already, what primary colors are, and maybe you figured out what is really special about primary colors. So we're going to do a little worksheet today together. You've got a worksheet that looks like this with a spot for your name. It's got 3 little mice. You should have your pencil pouch out. Go ahead and get out your Sharpie. Remember, when you use your Sharpie, put the lid on the other end. And I need for you to very, very neatly at the top where it says name, write your name. Okay, right in the middle of these 3 mice, so right about here, you put your finger on that spot, I would like for you to write a letter P. This is for primary. P is for primary. So each one of our little mice is going to be a primary color. Okay, pick a mouse. It does not matter which one, and put your finger on it. Pick a mouse and put your finger on it. Whichever mouse you put your finger on, I want you, with your Sharpie, to write an R in the belly of that mouse. And I'm going to do a capital R, but it's okay if you do a lowercase. Whichever mouse you had your finger on, write the letter R on the belly. Okay. Choose a different mouse. Put your finger on the mouse. Whichever mouse you put your finger on, put a letter Y in the belly. Okay. Put your last mouse, put your finger on it. Okay. I want you on your last mouse to write a letter B. Okay. So we're done with our Sharpie for just a moment, so go ahead and put the lid back on. Put it to the side. Keep it though. Keep it out because we'll need it in a minute. Okay, so primary colors, they were in the Mouse Paint video, the book, okay? And they were the 3 pots of paint that the little mice jumped into first, okay? So the R is one of our primary colors. Okay, do you know what the R stands for? Did you say red? If you said red, you're correct. So go ahead and get out your red crayon. Whichever mouse has an R, that is the one that you're going to color red. So take a moment and color the mouse that has an R red. Okay, as soon as you're done, I'm going to color the other 2 one at a time. Okay, I'm going to do my mouse that has a Y next. And what color starts with a Y that's a primary color? Did you say yellow? If you said yellow, you're correct. So color the mouse that has a Y yellow. Okay, our last mouse is our last primary color. Remember, it has a letter B. So which primary color and it's the only one left, so that should be easy to figure out. Which one starts with a B? It's not black, and it's not brown. It is blue. So take your blue crayon and color your last mouse blue. Okay. Primary means like main. So these are your 3 main colors on the color wheel. And what is super special, if you haven't figured this out, is that primary colors can be mixed to make other colors. It doesn't work great with crayons to mix colors. You can see it better in paint. So like if you had some red paint and some blue paint and you mix that together, it will make a new color. And if you had some red paint, some yellow paint, and you mix those two, you can make a new color. So what's special about primary colors is that you can mix them and you can make other colors. Okay, what I need for you to do next is to take your Sharpie again, put the lid on the other end, and in between our little mice, we're going to draw puddles. Remember that in the book there were puddles of paint. When they got out of the little jars of paint, they made little puddles on the paper, and they stepped in the puddles, and then that's when they made the new colors. So what I need for you to do with your Sharpie is in between 2 of your mice, I want you to draw a puddle. And in between another set of 2, draw another puddle. And in between your last 2, draw your last puddle. Okay, so you should have 3 puddles, and they're in between your 3 little mice. Okay, if you have red and if you have blue, so find your red mouse and your blue mouse. Okay, find your red mouse and your blue mouse. Yours may be in a different spot than mine. That's okay, but find your red and find your blue. Put your finger on the puddle in between the red and the blue. Okay, so here's my red and here's my blue. Here's the puddle in between my red and my blue. Do you know what color you will get if you mix red and blue? Did you say purple? If you said purple, you're correct. But we're going to be really fancy today, and we're going to use the color name violet. Okay, violet starts with a V. So I would like for you inside your puddle to write a letter V. Okay, V for violet. Violet and purple are the same thing. But instead of calling it purple today, we're going to call it violet. Okay, I need for you in between your red and your yellow, so find your red mouse and your yellow mouse and find the puddle in between. So here's my red and here's my yellow. Here's my puddle, okay? Wherever your puddle is in between your red and your yellow, we're going to write a letter, okay? So if you mix red and you mix yellow together, do you know what you'll get? Did you say orange? If you said orange, you're correct. So inside the puddle that's in between your red and your yellow, write a letter O. O is for orange. Okay, and the last puddle that you should have is in between your yellow and your blue. Okay, that should be the last one. Okay, so here's my puddle in between my yellow and my blue. And if you mix yellow and blue, what do you get? Did you say green? If you said green, you're correct. So write a letter G for green. Okay. These colors, orange, violet, and green, also have a name. Okay, they're not called primary. Primary is just red, yellow, and blue. Okay, the colors orange, violet, and green are called secondary colors. Say it with me. Secondary colors. Second, like second grade, means the number 2. Okay, so 2, you have to have 2 colors in order to make that color. So that's why they're called secondary colors, because you have to make that color by mixing 2 colors together. So 2 colors make that 1 color. So those are called secondary colors. Okay, so I need for you to take your orange and your violet and your green and color in those puddles. Okay, each color one at a time. Okay, so O for orange. Okay, and V for violet. Remember, it's the same thing as purple. We're using a fancy name today. V for violet. And then G for green. Okay, as soon as you're done coloring, you may do free draw on the back of this paper. Don't use your Sharpie though, because it will bleed through to the front. Okay, so you can use a pencil on the back to draw with, or you could draw with crayon, but do not draw with a Sharpie. Okay, you are also welcome to take this paper home today. Okay, remember, P is for primary. Primary are the 3 colors that you use to make the other colors on the color wheel. Okay, have a great day.